Here is the updated, in-depth script featuring the stronger hook you requested. It flows as a coherent narrative designed to engage, educate, and empower. Is there anything more terrifying than the thought of slowly losing your independence one blurry image at a time? Maybe you've noticed that driving at night has transformed from a simple errand into a white-knuckled ordeal of blinding halos and starbursts, or perhaps you've quietly stopped reading your favorite books because the words just won't stay still on the page. It is a frightening moment when you realize you can't trust your own eyes. Most of us accept this as the inevitable tax of getting older. But what if I told you that the foggy window you are looking through isn't just about age? It is a warning sign that your eyes are literally starving. There is a hidden culprit behind that blur, glare, and dryness. It's a process called oxidative stress, essentially a biological rust that attacks your retinas when they are deprived of specific protective acids. But here is the good news, and it is the promise I want to make to you right now. You can fight back. The solution isn't found in expensive surgeries or more prescription glasses, but in the produce aisle, disguised in a group of sour fruits that most seniors completely overlook. Today, we are going to reveal the science-backed, tangy powerhouses that act as internal rust removers for your eyes, helping you reclaim your focus and your freedom. Before we start unpacking these sour secrets, I have a small favor to ask. If you believe that your golden years should be your clearest years, consider subscribing to our community. We are dedicated to sharing the kind of deep, research-backed senior health tips that rushed doctor visits often overlook. And I am curious, where are you watching from today? Let me know in the comments below. It is always wonderful to see how far our family extends. Now, let's begin our journey into the tart and tangy world of vision recovery. The first fruit on our list is one you might not have in your fruit bowl right now, but it absolutely belongs there, and that is the Indian gooseberry, also known as Amla. While grapes are sweet and easy, Amla brings a sour punch that signals a massive payload of antioxidants. You see, the lens of your eye is very susceptible to high sugar levels and oxidative damage, which is exactly how cataracts begin to form, like a window clouding over. Amla is exceptional because it inhibits an enzyme called aldose reductase, which is a key player in the development of cataracts. To back this up with hard science, a study published in the journal Molecular Vision highlighted that the tannins and flavonoids in amla help prevent the accumulation of sorbitol in the lens, effectively keeping that window clear. Imagine your eye's lens like a clear gelatin. Over time, sugar and oxidation turn it hard and opaque, but amla acts like a preservative that keeps it flexible and transparent. It is incredibly potent. So how do you use this? Since raw amla is very sour, I recommend buying amla powder and mixing a quarter teaspoon into warm water or a smoothie in the morning. It is a small sip for a massive leap in lens protection. Moving on to something a bit easier to find at your local supermarket, let's talk about the fuzzy green-fleshed kiwi. You might think of this as a tropical treat, but in the world of ophthalmology, it is a heavy lifter. The magic of the kiwi lies in its incredibly high concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids that actually reside in your eye. Think of them as your internal sunglasses. They accumulate in the macula, the center of your retina, responsible for sharp, detailed vision and filter out damaging blue light. But here is the clincher. We need to absorb these nutrients efficiently. A study from the British Journal of Nutrition found that consuming gold kiwi fruit specifically increased plasma concentrations of lutein and vitamin C significantly more than other sources. The study indicated that eating just 2 to 3 kiwis a day could reduce platelet aggregation by 18% and lower blood triglycerides by 15%. Why does that matter for your eyes? Because your eyes are fed by tiny, fragile capillaries. If your blood is thick and sluggish, your eyes starve. Picture the blood vessels in your eyes as a delicate irrigation system for a garden. Kiwi helps keep the water flowing freely while providing the fertilizer the plants need. My advice here is simple. Slice a kiwi in half and scoop it out for a mid-morning snack. It is a delicious way to build up your internal blue light filter. While we are discussing the flow of blood to the eyes, we have to talk about a fruit that often gets a bad rap for being too intense, the grapefruit, specifically the red and pink varieties. This citrus fruit is sour, slightly bitter, and absolutely packed with vitamin C and lycopene. The lens of the human eye contains a higher concentration of vitamin C than almost any other tissue in the body. It needs this vitamin to prevent oxidation. When those levels drop, the risk of cataracts skyrockets. We can look to a massive piece of research for this. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a study involving over 50,000 women, and it found that those with high vitamin C intake over a 10-year period had a 64% reduced risk of cataract progression. That is a staggering number. It essentially means that by keeping your vitamin C levels high, you are putting up a shield against the clouding of your vision. Visualizing this is easy. Think of vitamin C as a rust-proofing spray you apply to your car. The more consistent you are with it, the less likely the metal is to corrode. The grapefruit delivers this in spades. However, a quick word of caution, grapefruit can interact with certain medications, so check with your doctor. If you are clear to eat it, half a grapefruit at breakfast is a refreshing way to rust-proof your lenses. Now, let's shift gears to a fruit that addresses a very specific and annoying problem, night blindness and visual fatigue. If you struggle to adjust your eyes when walking into a dark room, or if driving at night feels impossible, you need to befriend the blackcurrant. These tiny tart berries are rich in a specific type of antioxidant called anthocyanins. These compounds are responsible for the dark purple color, and they do something amazing. They help regenerate rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is a protein in the rods of your eyes that allows you to see in low light. Every time light hits your eye, rhodopsin breaks down, and your body has to rebuild it. As we age, that rebuilding process slows down, leaving us blind in the dark for longer. Research published in the Journal of Ocular Pharmacology and Therapeutics demonstrated that volunteers who consumed blackcurrant anthocyanins showed significantly improved dark adaptation and reduced visual fatigue compared to a placebo group. Essentially, the blackcurrants help the eye reset its camera sensor faster. Imagine trying to take a photo with an old camera that takes 10 seconds to recharge the flash. That's your aging eye. Blackcurrants upgrade that battery so you are ready to snap the next picture instantly. Finding fresh blackcurrants can be tricky depending on where you live, so look for unsweetened blackcurrant juice or high quality supplements. A small glass of diluted juice in the afternoon can be your secret weapon for confident night driving. Since we are talking about berries, we simply cannot ignore the tart cherry. Note that I said tart, not the sweet ones you put in a pie. Tart cherries, specifically the Montmorency variety, are sour and potent. They tackle a different angle of eye health, inflammation and circulation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is like a slow fire burning in the vascular system of your eyes, leading to conditions like macular degeneration. Tart cherries are one of the highest antioxidant foods available to put out that fire. But there is another benefit here. Tart cherries are a natural source of melatonin. We usually associate melatonin with sleep, but sleep is when your eyes perform their deepest repairs. A study in the European Journal of Nutrition found that consumption of tart cherry juice concentrate increased exogenous melatonin, improving sleep duration and quality. Better sleep means your eyes have more time to flush out waste products and repair cellular damage. Think of it like road construction. You can't fix the potholes while the cars are driving over them. You need to close the road that's asleep to fix the highway. Drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice an hour before bed can help you drift off and ensure your eyes get the downtime they need to recover for the next day. I want to take a brief pause here. We have covered Amla, Kiwi, grapefruit, blackcurrants, and tart cherries. If you are finding this information helpful and you are feeling a little more hopeful about taking control of your eye health, please take a second to hit that thumbs up button. It tells me that this is the kind of science-backed content you need, and it helps other seniors find this video too. Let's continue with our list, because we have a few more sour powerhouses that are crucial for specific conditions like dry eye. Next up is the lemon, and specifically the peel. We often squeeze the juice and throw away the rest, but the white pith and the peel are rich in citrus bioflavonoids. particularly hesperidin and naringin. These compounds are essential for strengthening the walls of the capillaries. In the eye, we have a condition often related to diabetes or high blood pressure where the tiny blood vessels become leaky, spilling fluid into the retina and obscuring vision. A study in the journal Life Sciences investigated citrus flavonoids and found that they significantly reduce oxidative stress and improve microcirculation. By strengthening these vessel walls, you are essentially reinforcing the pipes in your house so they don't burst and flood the basement. When you use lemons, don't just squeeze the juice, zest the peel into your yogurt or salads. Better yet, blend a whole lemon, minus the seeds, into a smoothie. The sour bitterness is where the medicine is tightening up those blood vessels and preventing the microscopic leaks that steal your sight. Another incredible fruit that is often forgotten in the West but revered in other cultures is the tamarind. This pod-like fruit has a unique sweet-sour flavor and is packed with tartaric acid and polysaccharides. While it is great for digestion, it also has anti-inflammatory properties that are beneficial for the eyes, particularly for those suffering from dry eye syndrome and conjunctivitis. In traditional medicine, tamarind extracts are used to make eye drops, but eating it provides systemic benefits. A study published in Scientific Reports looked at the polysaccharide structure in tamarind seed and found that it mimics the mucin layer of the eye, that is the slimy protective coating that keeps your tears from evaporating. As we age, our eyes produce less mucin, leading to that gritty, sandy feeling. Consuming tamarind helps support the mucous membranes throughout the body. Imagine the difference between a dry, cracking desert floor and a moist, fertile riverbank. Tamarind helps turn your dry eyes back into that riverbank. You can find tamarind paste in most grocery stores now. Add a spoonful to your soups or marinades for a tangy kick that soothes your eyes from the inside. We are closing in on our final fruits, and this next one is a true champion of vitamin A, the passion fruit. This wrinkly purple or yellow fruit is filled with crunchy seeds and a sour aromatic pulp. It is incredibly rich in vitamin A, which is the absolute building block of vision. You literally cannot see without vitamin A. It is required to convert light into nerve impulses. But why passion fruit specifically? Because it combines vitamin A with high fiber and a low glycemic index. High blood sugar is an enemy of the eye, causing the lens to swell and the retina to deteriorate. A study in the Journal of Food Science and Technology highlighted the nutritional profile of passion fruit, noting its high potential for reducing glycemic spikes while delivering critical carotenoids. It is the perfect diabetic-friendly eye food. It's like getting high-octane fuel for your car that also cleans the engine while you drive. Scoop the pulp of a passion fruit over your morning oatmeal. The crunch of the seeds and the sour zing will wake up your palate and your photoreceptors. Finally, let's talk about cranberries. We usually relegate these to Thanksgiving dinner or urinary tract health, but they are a powerhouse for the eyes due to their high content of proanthocyanidins. These are a class of polyphenols that are incredibly effective at protecting the retina from UV damage. Your eyes are constantly bombarded by UV rays, even on cloudy days. Over decades, this exposure burns out the cells in the retina. Research in the journal Molecular Nutrition and Food Research has shown that cranberry phytochemicals can inhibit the oxidative damage caused by light exposure in retinal pigment epithelial cells. Essentially, the cranberry compounds act as a sunscreen for the back of your eye. If you don't protect the back of the eye, it's like leaving a valuable painting out in the sun. Eventually, the colors fade. Cranberries help preserve the vividness of your vision. Opt for fresh cranberries when in season, or unsweetened dried cranberries to add to your nuts and seeds mix. It is a tart, chewy way to add a layer of UV protection to your daily routine. So let's take a moment to look at the basket of solutions we have gathered today. We have Amla and Grapefruit to keep the lens clear and free of cataracts. We have kiwis and passion fruit to filter blue light and fuel the retina. We have blackcurrants to help us see in the dark, tart cherries to help us repair while we sleep, lemons to strengthen our blood vessels, tamarind to soothe dry eyes, and cranberries to act as internal sunscreen. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the aging process, to feel like your body is a car that is slowly breaking down. But I want you to shift that perspective. Your body is resilient. It is constantly trying to repair itself, but it needs the right materials to do the job. When you eat these sour fruits, you aren't just having a snack. You are providing the bricks and mortar your eyes desperately need to rebuild their defenses. You are taking an active stand against the fading of the light. My challenge to you this week is simple. Pick just 2 fruits from this list. Maybe it's the kiwi and the lemon. Add them to your grocery list. Commit to eating them for 2 weeks and pay attention to how your eyes feel. Do they feel less gritty? Is the glare at night a little less painful? Your independence is worth fighting for. The ability to read a letter from a loved one, to drive to the store, to see the vibrant colors of a sunset, these are precious gifts. And with a little knowledge and some dietary tweaks, you can protect them. I would love to hear which fruit you are going to try first. Are you brave enough for the Amla, or are you sticking with the delicious kiwi? Let me know in the comments below. And please, if you found this guide helpful, like this video and subscribe to our channel. We do this because your health matters, and we want you to navigate your senior years with clarity and confidence. Remember, the road ahead doesn't have to be blurry. With the right nutrition, the future looks bright and sharp. Take care of those eyes, and I will see you in the next video.